Hi everyone, I hope you are healthy and doing well. In this video, I will take you on an adventure of a lifetime in Oahu, Hawaii. I have been fortunate enough to have traveled to Oahu a couple of times now, and each trip presented new and different perspectives. I've been to Oahu with family and also with my husband a few months before our wedding as a mini-moon. I generally love to take in the sights and spend a good amount of time in the ocean, so I always focus the itinerary to cater to those interests. The 7-day itinerary is a blend of my past trips and what I consider to be an ideal week in Oahu, so let's get to it. Our first day is almost always entirely spent in transit. Coming from New York, Oahu is a long way from home. For the first 2 full days in Oahu, we booked a car to get around. For breakfast, I highly recommend picking up mizubis at Manabu's. They often sell out quickly though, so get there bright and early when they first open. Mizubis is basically a ball of rice covered in nori, or seaweed, filled traditionally with span and egg. One of the special things that Oahu has to offer is this wide range of different mizubis. My favorite is Manteigo. We started the day with a hike at Manawili Falls Trail. This hike leads to a spectacular waterfall which towers an impressive 25 feet. It takes about an hour or two to reach the falls, and it can get quite muddy as it rains often in this region. If you are planning on going, make sure to wear proper footwear. There are also a ton of mosquitoes on this hike, so go prepared. Once you reach the waterfall, you can swim in the waters and even take a 30-foot rock plunge. Being deathly afraid of heights, my sister was the only one that was brave enough to take the dive. After the morning hike, we headed over to Chinatown for lunch. We started our eating tour at Maguro Brothers for poke. Fun fact, one of the brothers used to work at Tsukiji Market in Japan. We then continued our eating tour at Mauna Kea Marketplace, which has many food stand options. Make sure to buy a layer or two while you're in Chinatown. They have fresh flowers at very affordable prices. After lunch, head to Leon Arboretum. There's something about walking around an arboretum that really soothes the soul. The Leon Arboretum is part of the University of Hawaii and a public botanical garden nestled in the back of Manoa Valley, just 5 miles from Waikiki. The Arboretum has over 7 miles of hiking trails and 6,000 tropical and subtropical plants on nearly 200 acres of land. After the Arboretum, we made a pit stop at Don Quixote's to pick up some snacks for the evening activity. Don Quixote has got to be my all-time favorite supermarket. It's like all the best parts of Costco, Walmart, and Mitsuwa all mixed together. I love their ready-to-eat section that has a ton of poke, donburi, and sushi options. I honestly can shop here for hours. We booked a sunset catamaran cruise to close out our day. It lasts roughly 1 hour, and they allow you to bring your own everything, drinks included. We munched on our haul that we had just picked up from Don Quixote as we enjoyed the breathtaking Oahu sunset. We were so lucky to have caught this beautiful rainbow. If you are enjoying this video, it would really help me out if you consider liking and subscribing, and hit that notification bell so you can be first to know when new content has dropped. Day 3. Get ready for an adventure and culturally packed day. Starting off the day bright and early with a morning hike at Diamond Head. The Summit Trail is one of the most popular hikes in Oahu, and for good reason. The moderate 1.5 mile round trip hike starts from the middle of the Diamond Head volcano crater and climbs about 560 feet up the side to the top of the rim. The trail is exposed, so make sure to bring plenty of sunscreen, water, and a hat, especially on those sunny days. The view at the top is breathtaking. From Diamond Head, we'll start our North Shore adventure. The easy drive up has many stops and viewpoints. Today's itinerary will have us drive in a big loop up to North Shore, down the southeast, and then back to Waikiki. First stop is the Dole Plantation. This is definitely geared towards tourists, but it's still a quick and fun stop to see pineapple plants. Fun fact, pineapple is a perennial plant that flowers once and only produces a single pineapple. The mother plant will die once rooting is complete, and any large ratoons will continue to grow and eventually produce new fruit. Did you also know that a pineapple is not actually a single fruit, but rather consists of many berries that have grown together? It's technically a multiple fruit or a collective fruit. Each segment of a pineapple is its own berry. While you're at the plantation, make sure to get a pineapple Dole Whip. It's delicious. Next stop, lunch. The garlic shrimp at Giovanni's Shrimp Truck is out of this world. Must stop if you're making this trip. A perfect way to end lunch is with a quick stop to Matsumoto's Shaved Ice. They have a lot of different flavor options, and even some without artificial flavor or coloring, and with real fruit juice. There is no shortage of beautiful beaches and hikes in North Shore. We picked the Waimea Falls Park, located on the Waimea Valley grounds. This is the only waterfall in Oahu that you can swim at, and also has a changing room, life jackets available, and lifeguards on duty. After spending a few hours at the park enjoying the beach, waterfall, rock diving, and taking in the serenity, we continued our drive down the southeast, stopping along the way to watch surfers and other beautiful beaches before finally settling in the Polynesia Cultural Center for a luau. There are many luaus offered in Oahu, like the Hilton Luau shown here. And so far, all of the ones that I've been to have been really great. You really can't go wrong, but if I had to pick a favorite, I probably would go back to the Polynesian Cultural Center, which was just a bit more interactive. The next 3 days will all include one water feature a day. Start off day 4 with breakfast at Mizubi Cafe. Compared to Manabu's Mizubi, which are more gourmet, Mizubi Cafes has a homey, authentic feel and a large variety of Mizubis. They also offer oden, which is an assortment of daikon and fish cake and one of my favorite things to eat. Snorkeling and free diving. I feel like no tropical trip is complete without at least one session. These pictures were taken with a GoPro. Some photos were from travels years ago, so the quality is lacking, but hopefully still enjoyable. On one of our excursions, the owner's adorable puppy was the captain for the day and would bark anytime there was anything exciting to see. In our adventures, we met a friendly turtle, eel, and even a shark. After snorkeling, have an early dinner at Marukame Udon. No Oahu trip is complete without at least one meal here. I usually come at least 2 to 3 times. This place is popular for a good reason. There's usually a long line, but if you go at odd times, the line is much shorter. The udon and curry are amazing. You really can't go wrong with anything you pick, so try everything. Today starts off with a scuba dive. Free diving will always hold the top spot in my heart, but scuba diving lets you stay in the water longer, so it's a great option if it's available to you. Having a diving guide who has a great eye for locating sea creatures is also an added bonus. After scuba, I'm usually famished and like to get lunch at either Mizubi Cafe or Marukame Udon. They are that good that I will usually crave for them even the very next day. Waikiki is very walkable, so it's time to explore. Honolulu Zoo is in walking distance and a fun way to spend the afternoon. For dinner, tonkatsu ginza is not to be missed. It has got to be one of the best tonkatsu I've ever had. And they provide this white sesame for you to grind yourself and to make into a tonkatsu sauce. The smell of freshly ground sesame is simply divine. Finish off the night with a tasting flight at Maui Brewing Company. To kick off day 6, I'm starting the day with a surf lesson. I am still very much a beginner, so it's really comforting having someone in the water with me giving me pointers on when to catch a wave. The waves break over coral and Waikiki, so I like wearing water booties during my surf session as a precaution. For the rest of the last full day in Oahu, I like to walk around until my legs feel like jello. There is so much to see, including the Hawaii Army Museum Society. For dinner, I usually make a stop at Ramen Nakamaru or go back for another helping of udon. On departure day, if time allows, you can consider visiting Pearl Harbor and the Arizona Memorial, a monument built to honor those who died on the USS Arizona. I found myself overcome with emotion when I visited and heard stories from family members of those impacted. Alternatively, you can enjoy your morning by the pool or beach and have lunch at Duke's. We got their famous hula pie, which was massive and will satisfy any sweet tooth. Thanks for coming along with us on this journey. If you're planning an upcoming trip, I hope this video was helpful and can provide some inspiration during your planning process. Let me know in the comments below if there are any other hidden treasures in Oahu that is a must-see for a future trip. Stay safe and be kind to yourself.